Well, we are back here. College football offseason talk. We're going to be doing it strongly over here on Bash's College Football Show. My name is Colin Bashigal, your host here. You can find me over on TikTok if you look up my name, or you could also look up Bash's CFB Show, and you should be able to find it over on TikTok. Today we are talking about the LSU Tigers. They have had a very interesting offseason. Before I get started, make sure you guys leave a like. Would really appreciate it if you did so. And also comment down below what you think of the LSU Tigers and some of the takes and opinions that I have in this video. We're going to get right started with this. So the LSU Tigers in the past couple of years have kind of fallen off a cliff. They did hire Brian Kelly, and it was a big name hire. Everybody knows about it, and it just didn't work out. It was never going to work out for LSU. It was never going to be a fit, and now they pivot over to Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin had a couple of different stops, both as a head coach and assistant in the SEC, most recently, obviously, at Ole Miss. The success that he had at Ole Miss with the lack of resources, and he vocalized some of that frustration at times at Ole Miss, that it did seem pretty obvious that he would make this jump to go to an LSU when the opportunity had come his way. He ends up taking the opportunity, leaves in a little bit of a messy situation there, but at the end of the day, when you're talking about LSU versus Ole Miss, the tradition, the funding is there for LSU, and you can't necessarily blame him for leaving. But the expectations for Lane Kiffin are win immediately. A recent post by On3 indicated that boosters are out saying in public that, look, we expect to win in year one. It doesn't take 3 to 4 years anymore to build a program. You can build it like that. And LSU ended up overdoing their expectations on the NIL front. They ended up spending $40 million on a roster when the expectation was $25 to $30 million on a roster. So bringing in some of these transfer pieces that they did and spending the money that they did shows the type of investment to go and win now. Now, the big thing in college football that you're going to be seeing, especially with these programs, is they're going to sit down any sort of head coach if they're struggling in year one. And they're going to say, look, what Indiana was able to do was incredibly impressive, but it shows the potential. If a small school like Indiana with the blue chip ratio that they had, a smaller football brand, I should say, it's quite a big school, but if a smaller, less established football program can do what Indiana did, why are you lacking in being able to do it here when we're giving you all these resources? It's the Indiana effect that's going to change how these programs, these boosters and athletic departments view flipping rosters from one season to the next. So you can look at the recent success for LSU, 7-6 last year and not really doing anything. Their biggest accomplishment that they have had under Brian Kelly was going to the SEC championship game. Now you're talking about a talent-rich recruiting state, but also the brand and the money to be able to go and get players that you want to flip a roster immediately. Some of it obviously poached from Ole Miss, but frankly, when you're looking at Ole Miss's track record, they were really winners in the portal every single offseason. They won in the portal over and over and over again. And a big reason why programs like Texas Tech was able to emerge and be a 12-1 conference champion, a top 4 team in the college football playoff, was because of their success through the portal. Well, LSU has experienced some similar success. And when you're looking for the capability for LSU to do it in the year 2026, you just got to look at the transfer portal. All the pieces that they brought in, not to mention the talent that's still there, a leader like Whit Weeks who understands what it's like to play at Death Valley at night and all of that stuff that comes with holding a locker room together. You get an experienced vet that people can respect in Sam Levitt to come play quarterback for you. This is going to be a high expectation for LSU right off the bat. Lane Kiffin right off the bat. So if you really look at it from that perspective, LSU and Lane Kiffin now Lane Kiffin's under more pressure than at any point while he was at Ole Miss. And he's under more pressure than the guy who probably took over for him in Pete Golding. You could talk about Ole Miss, and I'm going to make a video very soon talking a little bit about Ole Miss's current situation. LSU is expecting to win now. The donors have bought into it. The players have bought into it with taking the money and going there. And the fans. The fans are starving for it. They are tired of not being there every single year. They love the 2019 season. They love that little run under Les Miles, but they want to be a perennial power in the sport. LSU is a program that has the capability to do so. I think everybody would agree that this is a top 5 job in the sport. And now when you mix that together with the current state of affairs with the transfer portal and NIL, and you see the amount of money that they spent on their roster, oh boy, the expectations are dialed up immediately, and the pressure cooker is steaming for Lane Kiffin to win immediately. We'll see if he can cook up a good meal here in 2026. We're going to touch more on LSU. We're going to get through schedule predictions as we go along through this offseason, and LSU might be one of the first ones because I find them very fascinating to talk about in their current state. But as for now, that'll do it for the video. A little state of the program and expectations for LSU to get us back kicked off with these off-season videos. I'm in TikTok live all the time. If you do want to go over there, I would really appreciate it and show some support to me and some of the buddies. We're starting a new podcast called the Oh Hello Podcast. It's going to kick off very soon. My buddy John Whalen has done a great job setting that up, so I'm super excited to get going there. Final thing I do want to mention, if you could, and you've made it this far, if you're one of the loyal supporters here, I'm looking to change the service that I use to record these videos. So comment down below if you got any sort of recommendations. I currently use StreamYard. I'm looking to try to change how that's working with the videos and all that stuff. I don't know how to put it more delicately than that. It's just... yeah, I don't know if it's going to be worth it to keep doing it on here. That's all I'm saying. So thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Leave a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.